Hi, my name is Ying, and with us is Joseph, who is the lead advisor from ACQUITY. And today he'll be talking about what are the alarm bells to signal that you do need help for your financial planning.
To begin with, when do we get alerted that we need professional help? It's our spouse. Because the spouse is the one who get to be very close to you every day, to see your behavior, what you spend on, what kind of debt you have. The first thing that everybody should do is to be transparent first, at the beginning of your marriage, right? To acknowledge if you have any debt, to acknowledge whether you have any financial obligations, so that all expectations are correct. We are either assets or liabilities to the one that we marry, right? So maybe I can speak a little bit about the mechanical parts of solving the problem. All right. So what kind of alarm bells are we talking about? As long as you see yourself paying in financial installments more than 35% of your take-home pay as a family, alarm bells will ring.
Okay.
Right. You can't spend more than 35% servicing installments that has got to do with, for example, credit card, personal loans, home loans, maybe an installment on electrical appliances, even that. Yeah. If you spend more than 35%, you'll be in trouble. Second thing is, of course, if you do have a financial professional, when you do a financial review, you should not owe more than 50% of what you own.
Upon seeking help, what kind of advice would be usually most common that a financial advisor would give?
Right. So, at least myself, in my own discipline in planning, right, I learned that a lot of things are connected. So maybe the first step the advisor very directly can do is called debt planning. Meaning to say, he will shift your debt from one type of debt to another type of debt. Because different type of loans is for different purpose. You have to match the right loans to the right purpose, because you don't want to pay too much interest that will compound and make the debt even bigger. So that's the first part. All right. So the second part, if let's say that doesn't work, then probably might want to do a bit of credit counseling. Meaning the financial advisor will probably have to recommend that the client will go and negotiate with the financial institutions that they owe money to. So financial institutions, sometimes they're willing to give you an installment plan, because they know you can't afford it, so they lower the interest momentarily for you. There are some things that you call maybe balance transfer, right? Shifting from one debt to another where there's less interest involved, right? Now, as I mentioned, in my financial methodology, it's all connected. So sometimes, right, having too much debt has got to do not with the debt itself, but the fact that you're not earning enough. I might just recommend that you find another job. And then another part of it is maybe, okay, since we have guidelines about what you can spend on every month, you might have to cut down on the expenditure of some things. Yeah. Okay, so I can give an example of how maybe on one occasion we helped people. Now the couple had a lot of debt for various reasons, and they had a child, which was a happy occasion. So then they needed to have childcare. They needed to send the child to a center to be taken care of, and they had to pay their own mortgage, and they had these debts from business that they had to handle. We did as much as we can, technically speaking, about making sure that their debt don't pile up. The other suggestion I had was this: why not they move in with the parents of the husband, all right, where the mother-in-law would help to take care of the child when they were both working. So they started to save money on childcare, right? And also at the same time, they rented their house out for rental proceeds. So you see, the recommendation is all very connected. You have to do a lot of things at once. And from there, they got out of debt a lot earlier than expected. So I guess the solution is multi-pronged. As you can tell, right, different cases have different complex about it. There are different algorithms of how people feel, what kind of living arrangements that there are. So I guess I'm only giving guidelines, but ultimately, right, it's still about looking at it on a case-to-case basis to provide that kind of solutions.
And in the next episode, we'll find out, are you contributing enough to the household?